Now at 10, 8 people found dead inside a home in Enoch. We're live with details on the deaths and what police are now saying. Plus a possible bomb threat at Alta High School, how students are reacting, and
that is something I hope the rest of the nation would pay attention to. It's kind of a sad day for many of us because we see a great friend actually leave the Senate.
And why a Utah senator who's served for the past 14 years is now turning in her letter of resignation.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
Welcome to ABC4 News at 10. I'm Glenn Mills.
And I'm Emily Flores. We thank you for joining us here tonight. We do begin with breaking news. 8 people found dead inside of a home in Enoch. Enoch City Police Department saying they were dispatched to the 4900 North block of Albert Drive for a welfare check this evening. That's when the gruesome discovery was made.
ABC4's Kayla Baggerly joining us live just outside of Enoch City tonight with the very latest. Kayla, what have you been able to track down?
Well, Glenn, this is a very tragic situation with multiple victims. Police say that there were 3 adults and 5 minors, all found with gunshot wounds. City officials tell me that words can't even begin to describe the feelings that the Enoch community is going through right now. Officers say that they received multiple calls for a welfare check to the 4900 block of Albert Drive. They say when they entered the home, they found 3 adults and 5 minors with gunshot wounds. Police say they do not believe there is a threat to the public or any suspects are at large. The Iron County School District released a statement saying, in part, it is with deep regret that we inform you about a tragic loss to our school community. 8 members of a family residing in Enoch with 5 students in our schools tragically passed away. They say they will have counselors available for students.
We all know this family. Many of us have served with them in church, in community, and have gone to school with these individuals. And so this community at this time is hurting.
This is a developing situation. Police are looking into how this has happened. We are on our way to Enoch and we'll stay on the scene and keep you updated both on air and online at abc4.com. Reporting live in Beaver, Kayla Baggerly, ABC4 News.
All right, Kayla, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. An emergency evacuation has some students now questioning whether their school is safe. Sandy Police telling us that the grounds at Alta High School are clear tonight. This after a mysterious bag was left at the school today.
Yes, ABC4's Courtney Johns talking to one of the students who says she is concerned about how the school handled the situation. She joins us now live outside of the high school in Sandy. Courtney.
The student we spoke to says the school does drills for situations like this regularly, but she describes today's situation as chaotic.
The halls were so crowded, everyone just kind of started like cramming together, trying to get out.
Kate DeGaring says she first learned about the suspicious backpack over the intercom, with an employee telling everyone they needed to get out of the school immediately.
The person on the intercom sounded a little panicked.
She describes it as a free-for-all, with everyone rushing out on their own.
The halls were so crowded, everyone just kind of started like cramming together, trying to get out.
Police say the bag was left behind by a former student.
That student wasn't necessarily supposed to be on campus. It raised a little bit of concern of what the intentions might be. So our officers are investigating that right now.
No explosives found. By 3 p.m., the area deemed clear.
It was not very orderly and nothing like we've practiced. So it makes me think like, if we are in a lockdown, is that what's like actually going to happen, or like, are the drills helping?
The district says this type of evacuation is standard protocol for situations like this, describing the response as calm and efficient, saying they have over 2,300 students and everyone got out of the building within 15 minutes.
I definitely do think I will be a little more aware of my surroundings.
Well, Kate says she feels safe returning to school tomorrow. She sees her school in a new light.
It just makes you think a lot more about the safety at school.
Police say they've tracked down the person responsible and they've spoken with them, but they're still looking into why exactly that former student was here on campus. Reporting live in Sandy, Courtney Johns, ABC4 News.
Thank you, Courtney. New at 10, a Park City High School tennis coach facing child abuse charges in court today for a pretrial hearing. Now, according to KPCW, that's a radio station in Park City, she's accused of putting a student tennis player in a chokehold back in August. Her lawyer maintains she was acting in self-defense after the student allegedly hit her in the face. Now, the student taking to the stand testifying she accidentally hit the coach, but not very hard. A decision on whether the case moves to trial is expected in March.
And now to the latest on the suspect in the murder of 4 University of Idaho students. Tonight, new video being released showing Brian Koberger has arrived in Idaho with his plane landing at the Pullman Moscow airport tonight, as well as Koberger arriving at Utah County Jail. Now, he's expected to appear in court this week with the probable cause affidavit being unsealed, which will reveal more details on his arrest.
A longtime Utah State Senator resigning from her seat for health reasons. Senator Karen Mayne, the former Senate Minority Leader and Utah Senator of 14 years, turning in her letter of resignation today. She will officially leave the role on January 16th. Her colleagues responding tonight, Senate President Stuart Adams saying this is a huge loss for the state. Mayne reaching across the aisle every session to move the state forward with bipartisan support.
That is something I hope the rest of the nation would pay attention to. It's kind of a sad day for many of us because we see a great friend actually leave the Senate.
Mayne announcing she was diagnosed with cancer last January and had to take some time away from the legislature, but she says her health has taken such a turn that she just feels like she will not be able to serve her constituents in the way they deserve. Mayne was consistently one of the top producers in the legislature.
All right, switching gears now, a strong start to Utah's winter. The snow continuing to pile up, the moisture boosting our snowpack. This updated snowpack map we'll get to in just a moment shows all water basins in Utah are well above average for this time of year. Statewide, we're sitting at 171% of normal with 137% of normal precipitation to date as well. Now, this is an exceptional way to begin our winter season and is making an impact on the current drought conditions.
We've been able to reduce the amount of the state that's in exceptional extreme drought by about 25%.
Okay, our peak snowpack typically occurs the first week of April, where we average about 15.8 inches of snow water, and we're currently sitting at 10 inches. Although this is good news, we of course need to keep the momentum going.
Time now for a first look at the weather forecast, and I'm telling you, coming back into town yesterday, it was just shocking to see all that snow.
To see how much snow with more on the way, Alana.
Yeah, did I hear you say keep the momentum going? I can do that.
Okay.
We're going to do that. Yeah, we've got our next storm system that's already taking aim at the Beehive State. We start, though, with our moisture source. Large, monster storm out in the Pacific. We look at our water vapor map here, and it's the source of the moisture that's coming in. Another atmospheric river event that is just slamming California. Why does that matter to Utah? Well, we're going to drag some of that subtropical moisture into the Beehive State. We already started to do that with our warm front today. Taking a look at the storm tracker radar, you can see an abundance of moisture on the coast. That's going to slowly trickle towards the Beehive State as we get through our Thursday. The warm front that came through brought a few light showers that kind of draped itself on the western side of Utah and dragged itself north, so now lifting out of the state. Our area of high pressure breaking down just a little bit, and you notice the increasing cloud cover. Blue on this satellite kind of indicating those higher cloud tops. The clouds moving in and impacting the central, northern, and eastern portion of the state as we've made it into tonight. So, yes, we have this storm on the way, and it really is going to pack a punch. A new winter storm watch has been posted for the southern mountains, which means, yes, an atmospheric river event will deliver to the high country, but it also brings some impacts for the valleys. I'll break those down coming up in my full forecast in just a few moments. Glenn, Emily, back to you.